Animal Kingdom has some of the best theme park food, but not all of it is going to be for you. So what places should you prioritize during your next trip when it comes to sit-down meals, fast food, snacks, and specialty drinks at AK? We're here to help you narrow down the best choices in Animal Kingdom today on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and welcome to our ultimate guide to Animal Kingdom food. Any day I get to talk about DAK food ad nauseum is a good day because Animal Kingdom has such fun and interesting treats to choose from, no matter which land you find yourself in. So today we're going to give you the full food breakdown for this park, but if you hang tight until the end of the video, the DFB team and I will reveal our behind-the-scenes food recommendations to show you which Animal Kingdom snacks and entrees we always gravitate towards when we're off the clock. Some Animal Kingdom snacks have become quite the staple on this channel for one reason or another, but what each of these snacks has in common is that we here at DFB love them. Or in the case of some of these treats, some of us love them immensely, and the rest of us respect that opinion. However you might end up feeling about them in the end, here are some of the most iconic Animal Kingdom snacks park-wide that you might want to try just to see what all the hype is about. Starting off inside Pandora World of Avatar, there are a variety of snacks and drinks you can pick up from the Pongu Pongu kiosk. But if you're looking for a unique snack that's under $4, the Pongo Lumpia is a solid option for those who want to try the dessert version of a spring roll. Inside that crunchy shell is a generous portion of cream cheese and pineapple. So if you're a cream cheese fanatic and you love to try it with a little citrusy pineapple chunky twist, the Pongo Lumpia will be right here for you. This, by the way, is one of my favorites. And I think some of the other folks on our team do respect that opinion. But that's about it. If citrusy is what you're after, but you'd rather have it in drink form instead of cream cheese form, then you might be better off ordering the Night Blossom beverage from Pongu Pongu instead. Pongu Pongu, by the way, means party party, in case you were wondering. And this is a colorful, layered, frozen drink made with apple and desert pear limeade, topped off with fruity, bursting boba pearls. There's also a boozy version of this beverage too, for those who are 21 and over, called the Rum Blossom. Just expect the price to jump up from $7 to $15.50 if you go the spiked route. Now, it might not be a grab-and-go snack option, but the churros from Nomad Lounge over at Discovery Island are probably the one thing I'm always going to get here in this park. These will be the best churros you find inside all of Disney World. You can quote me on that till the end of time. And they come with a side of 2 different dipping sauces, a vanilla crema and whatever seasonal option is on offer. Just keep in mind that Nomad Lounge does have a walk-up wait list each day and no advanced dining reservations, so you'll want to be proactive and join the list via your My Disney Experience app or by walking up to the host stand and adding it in person just as soon as you're able to. Remember, Nomad Lounge opens daily around 10:30 a.m., and you're going to want to be in the park before you try to get on that walk-up wait list. Flame Tree Barbecue in Discovery Island is going to pop up a lot in today's video, but the first thing you need to know about this place is that it's the home of my birthday fries. If you're a longtime DFB viewer, or honestly even a short-time viewer, because I've probably mentioned these fries 5 billion times this year alone, then you probably already know that I uniformly refer to the French fries doused in plastic cheese, pulled pork, and barbecue sauce at Flame Tree Barbecue as my birthday fries. And if you didn't know that, no worries, I'll fill you in. It's because anytime I celebrate my birthday in Disney World, I head to Animal Kingdom for a big old basket of these savory beauties. Animal Kingdom does a lot of things really well, including their fry options. Mr. Kamal's kiosk over in Asia has some really tasty seasoned fries that used to come with a whole bunch of dipping sauces, but alas, as of late, they tend to stick with just one sriracha mayo, which is still good. I just miss the variety. Yak and Yeti Local Foods Cafe over in Asia has a mini mango pie that tends to come and go and then come back again that we really love to order whenever it is available, just because it's light and it's sweet, it's silky, it's fruity, just the right portion if you're craving some pie, but you don't necessarily want a heaping slice of it. And if the mango pie isn't available during your next visit, you can still rely on a Dole Whip concoction over at Tamu Tamu Refreshments in Africa. A DFB favorite at Tamu Tamu tends to be the Pineapple Crisp Sundae with pineapple Dole Whip substituted in place of vanilla ice cream that normally comes on top. Now, if you're wanting a Disney sweet treat, but you don't want your typical Mickey Rice Krispie treat or cake pop or whatever, Zuri's Sweets Shop in Africa serves classic Disney confections, but with more of an animal-themed twist. And while I do have some things to tell you about Dinoland USA food in general later on in the video, I've still got to call out my two longtime favorite sweet and savory snacks in this section of the park. When it comes to sweet stuff, the seasonal ice cream cookie sandwiches get me coming back to Dino Bite snacks time and again, especially lately since the strawberry shortcake ice cream sandwich recently made its return, reminding me of how much I love this thing and its creamy, crumbly strawberry ways. And when it comes to savory stuff, the buffalo chicken chips from Trilobites have never let me down, but I'd only recommend this one for folks who love buffalo sauce and creamy blue cheese as much as we do. There's been a whole lot of movement on the Disney World snack scene lately, especially at Animal Kingdom. And there's been so much movement, in fact, that we've recently had to update our free DFB Disney World snack guide and snack maps so that we can continue pointing you in the right direction toward our top 10 favorite snacks in each park if you're wanting to try them out too. If you need that recent update before your trip, by the way, you can go ahead and grab it now by scanning the QR code you see on the screen or by clicking the link to disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks down in the description. So, what changes have specifically happened over in Animal Kingdom lately? Well, there are two big ones that I want to focus on. The first is the major baked mac and cheese switcheroo. For years now, 8 Spoon Cafe in Discovery Island has been a place for the best mac and cheese snacks, as you know. But just recently, 8 Spoon had a major menu overhaul and kicked the baked mac and cheese off their menu entirely. Now, 8 Spoon Cafe has items like smoked chicken wings, pulled pork sliders, and family churros. Usually the loss of any sort of baked mac and cheese would leave me in shambles, but fortunately, that's not the end of the mac and cheese story. In a surprising turn of events, the Smiling Crocodile kiosk in Discovery Island, kind of right next door, right across the way, has taken the classic 8 Spoon baked mac and cheese under its wing. But not only that, it also added 2 new baked mac and cheese options to its menu, including one topped with buffalo chicken and ranch dressing, and one topped with garlic smoked sausage, sauteed peppers, and onions. So yeah, definitely go check those out. And now let me turn your attention back to Flame Tree Barbecue for a minute. Once upon a time, a snack called the key lime pie on a stick appeared at Neighborhood Bakery in Hollywood Studios. Some of you might remember that, if you are as old as I am. We loved it. We loved it a whole lot. But after a couple of months, honestly, it was only there a couple of months, maybe a couple of years, I don't know. Time is utterly confusing to me when it comes to Disney. It was taken off the menu, and we started to lose hope we'd ever see it again. But it seems a version of the key lime pie pop has returned, but not in Hollywood Studios this time. It's at Flame Tree Barbecue. The key lime pop is a key lime pie dipped in dark chocolate with graham cracker crumbs on a stick, because everything on a stick automatically tastes better. That's just kind of a fact of life. Okay. Let's talk about the future of Animal Kingdom dining. Dinoland USA will be leaving us soon for good, as in the whole section of this park is about to be wiped away, like off the face of the earth, which technically means the dinosaurs will have been wiped off the face of the earth twice now, which doesn't quite seem fair. Anyway, Dinoland USA has been experiencing a phased closure this year. We started off 2025 in Phase 1, where Triceratops Spin, Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, and Fossil Fun Games said their final farewells. And Phase 2 is quickly approaching, which will take out the Boneyard Playground on September 2nd, 2025. Closing dates have yet to be announced for the Dinosaur Ride, or Restaurantosaurus, Dino Bite Snacks, or Trilobites, so they're still safe for now, but we know they won't be around after 2025, so now's your chance to wear your DFB Dinosaur t-shirt from the dfbstore.com. With pride, support the Dinosaur Ride for one last time and go grab a snack or meal from one of the Dinoland areas before it's too late. So what does the future hold for this area of the park? I'm actually really excited about it, honestly. Pueblo Esperanza will be a brand new Tropical Americas section in Animal Kingdom, featuring new attractions themed around movies like Encanto and Indiana Jones, new shops, and as Disney puts it, one of the largest quick service restaurants in all of Disney World. This new area is slated to open sometime in 2027, but we'll make sure to keep you updated through our DFB newsletter as we continue to learn more about Animal Kingdom's future. Okay, I know people really like when we cover this kind of thing in DFB Guide, breakfast and coffee, because a lot of people don't give a thought to breakfast and coffee before they go to Disney World. And then all of a sudden they're bleary-eyed, they're up for rope drop, and they're like, man, I could really use some coffee and or breakfast, right? Okay, so we're going to cover it here. It's another beautiful day in Animal Kingdom, and we want to start things off right with a satisfying breakfast and a caffeine boost. So where should we go? Good news, there are lots of places you can turn to for a morning meal in in this park. The most commonly visited coffee spot in Animal Kingdom is Creature Comforts in Discovery Island. This is Animal Kingdom's sole Starbucks supplier. This place can get really busy in the morning, but I'm not exactly recommending that you skip it altogether. After all, there are some fun animal-themed and other seasonal baked goods you can frequently find in the bakery display case of Creature Comforts. Not to mention, what most guests don't know is that there are actually 2 Creature Comfort lines. The first line, pointing toward Discovery Island, tends to be much longer because it's the first one you'll see as you're walking towards it from the park entrance. But the second line points toward the Africa section of the park, and it is more than likely going to be the shorter option, meaning quicker coffee service for you. And I promise it's not illegal. But I totally understand if you'd rather skip waiting in a long line for coffee, or if you'd rather pick up a more unique coffee option beyond your average Starbucks lineup. Good thing the coffee options don't stop at Creature Comforts. Isle of Java is also on Discovery Island, but it tends to be overshadowed by Creature Comforts a lot. However, this is still a decent stop to make for a shorter coffee line. And more unique coffee options too, like the Vietnamese iced coffee with sweetened condensed milk and the Boozy Island cappuccino made with Captain Morgan spiced rum and white chocolate, if that's your jam in the morning. This also serves Joffrey's coffee because it's the official coffee of Disney World. But for all you Joffrey's fans, or aspiring Joffrey's fans out there, Animal Kingdom has 2 official Joffrey's coffee kiosks. The first one is located outside the park gates, which has more of your typical Joffrey's coffee, tea, and pastry lineup, as well as an exclusive Savannah Banana latte. But the one inside Animal Kingdom, called Anandapur Tea Company, which you'll find over in Asia, is a much better fit for me personally, just because it has an extensive amount of teas on offer, which I prefer to drink in the morning or just any time of day over coffee. And there is so much cool stuff to order here that you're not really going to find in other theme parks. Then there's Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery over in Africa. This is a reliable stop for some quick breakfast bites and Joffrey's branded coffee. And though its menu changes up pretty frequently, currently we've been able to pick up things like egg and bacon croissant sandwiches and the coconut flavored iced coffee with amarula cream liqueur. Pongu Pongu is one of the kiosks that has the cult favorite stuffed pancake sandwich on offer, which is made with sausage, guava jelly, egg, and cheese. Drinkwalla and Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks often has this sandwich available too, but fair warning, it does tend to hop between menus all willy-nilly, so don't be surprised if it jumps to a different breakfast location or locations before your next visit. Tamu Tamu Refreshments might be best known for its Dole Whip served in the afternoon, but you can still grab a little morning pastry and classic coffee from this unassuming snack window to start your day. Yak and Yeti Local Food Cafes has more substantial breakfast bowl options as well as French toast and pancakes on a stick for the kids. But one of the most exciting breakfast changes that's happened recently is breakfast being brought back to Satuli Canteen in Pandora. Oh, and best of all, specifically talking to all you coffee friends out there, there's the brand new cold brew flight the Satuli Canteen now offers, which is very cool, and I say that as someone who admitted not even 5 seconds ago that I'm not the world's biggest coffee fan. However, I am the world's biggest supporter of a good drink flight. This flight comes with 3 different coffees, a classic cold brew, a matcha cold brew, and an ube cold brew. Cause if there's one thing Disney's been obsessed with lately, it's ube. Now, if you'd rather have a sit-down breakfast during the first hour or two in Animal Kingdom, let's talk about Tusker House and Rainforest Cafe. So both Tusker House and Rainforest Cafe have breakfast offerings. Over at Rainforest, you'll find a variety of a la carte options, including things like Eggs Benedict and pancakes, waffles, shrimp and grits, breakfast nachos. They're going to be more expensive than they're worth, however, just a heads up on that. We're going to talk about this restaurant a little bit more when we talk about restaurants for the kids. And Tusker House is going to offer a buffet spread full of items like Simba waffles and babouti and made-to-order omelets and South African French toast. There's also a glorious banana caramel sauce that you can pour over whatever you want to. And don't forget, characters are here. Again, we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on. If you're going to choose a sit-down table service restaurant for breakfast, I think Tusker House would win for me about 1,000 times over. Now, which quick service is right for you? Hypothetical situation for you. It's the middle of your Animal Kingdom day. You still have a lot to accomplish before you jump over to your next park, but your whole group is hungry and begging to stop for a quick bite to eat. So which fast food location do you choose? Animal Kingdom's got a few to choose from, some with more adventurous offerings, some with pretty standard stuff. But if you're trying to narrow down the choices for one reliable spot that'll satisfy the whole family, let me help you choose the right fit for your group. If you want affordable affordable barbecue inside a place that makes you feel bad for eating it, go to Flame Tree Barbecue. Yep, Flame Tree makes another grand appearance during today's video. But how does a barbecue quick service that tastes so good manage to make you feel bad about eating there? Well, maybe it won't make you feel bad. It's just that the overall theming here is, each of the covered seating sections reveals this theme in a lighthearted fashion through colorful details that won't put off young children or those who are skittish about nature, but it is animals eating other animals. It's hard to unsee it once you've seen it. You're welcome. And if you want to go to a Disney quick service that likely you don't even know existed because it's just never talked about, go to Harambe Market. You're going to find Harambe Market near the Wildlife Express train, carrying guests to and from Rafiki's Planet Watch. This is where you'll be able to order hearty bowls and pitas and Mediterranean-style salads, as well as one of our new favorite desserts that we hope sticks around, the Mango Vanilla Mousse, which is made with a tropical fruit glazed vanilla milk mousse, mango passion compote, and whipped panna cotta. I know, I'm not the biggest fan of panna cotta. I think it's just like milk jello, but some folks on my team like it, so if you're a fan, this one's a good one. Now, note that this particular restaurant has all outdoor seating. Some of it is covered, most of it is covered, but it's all outdoors. Same for Flame Tree Barbecue, by the way. It's all going to be outside seating. It's all covered, but it is all outside. So if it's like 98 degrees with like 100% humidity, you're going to feel it at these two spots. If your kid insists that all pizza is good pizza, regardless of crust puffiness, go to Pizzafari. We're going to talk a little bit more about Pizzafari later, but I do want to mention my absolute favorite part about dining here, and that's the giant, colorful animal murals located in each dining room. Seriously, these are stunning. The animals in each room are grouped by something they have in common. In one room, the animals featured are known for their camouflage tactics. In another, the animals carry their homes on their backs. In a third, the animals spend a lot of their time upside down. And in the final room, the animals featured all come out at night. Yep, they're nocturnal. If you're still not over the fact that I told you earlier Dinoland USA is about to go extinct, then it's time to go to Restaurantosaurus. Or if you're me, I always go to Restaurantosaurus. This is kind of the place that's going to please everybody in your family because it's basics, right? It's burgers, it's hot dogs, stuff like that, chicken tenders. Lots of classic theme park options featured on this menu. The vibes of the dining room as a whole tend to be more impressive than the menu itself. The story behind Restaurantosaurus lies with the graduate students and paleontologists who supposedly live in this building. Throughout the restaurant, you're going to learn more about the students and their work, so be sure to look closely and find plenty of classic puns and jokes that you might have missed if you didn't slow down to actually read the messages written around the dining rooms. Oh, and as a little extra bonus for the adults, Restaurantosaurus also has an attached lounge where you can order punny dino-themed cocktails like the Tequilasaurus or the Primordial Booze, made with lemonade, blueberry vodka, blue curacao, and pomegranate juice. Now, if you want otherworldly Chipotle, go to Satuli Canteen. While Harambe Market has pre-made rice bowls, Satuli gives you the chance to customize your bowl with your choice of base, protein, and sauce. This is also where you can pick up the ever-popular cheeseburger pods, which the team and I have commonly described as Big Mac stuffed inside a bao bun. It's really, really good, and it's actually an old family recipe of Imagineer Joe Rohde's, which I love. There's a little trivia for you. And if you want the condensed version of the Yak and Yeti table service, go to Yak and Yeti local food cafes. So this is your hub for Asian-inspired cuisine on the go with options including, but not limited to, honey sesame chicken, vegetable tikka masala, sweet and sour tempura shrimp, and my personal longtime favorite, the classic chicken fried rice on the side, because that portion of fried rice is huge and filling and satisfying too. Heads up on this one, all the seating is outdoors. Again, some of it's covered, some of it's not. But if you want AC, Yak and Yeti local food cafe is not for you. You are going to find AC at Satuli Canteen, Restaurantosaurus, and Pizzafari though. There's a good chance you're going to love Animal Kingdom for its variety of unique food options. But what about the kids or maybe the pickier adults who'd rather stick with the safer, more familiar stuff? Good news, Animal Kingdom's not going to allow anyone in your group to go hungry, not even the choosiest of eaters. If you're wanting to book a sit-down meal that has a variety of safer food options for pickier eaters and some dining room entertainment to help keep them engaged and enjoying their time at the restaurant, I got 2 table service locations to recommend. The first is personally my favorite choice, and that's Tusker House in Africa. Tusker House is the only character dining experience you're going to find in Animal Kingdom, which is totally fine by me because the characters you meet here, including Donald, Daisy, Mickey, and Goofy, are dressed up like safari explorers, which is very cute and goes right along with the safari company theming going on in the dining room. Now, on top of how cute and immersive this restaurant is, the buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner has a variety of African-inspired eats and more familiar options for those who might not want to step too far out of their comfort zone. The second restaurant your kids will more than likely fall in love with, yep, I told you we'd come back to it, is Rainforest Cafe, which is actually located just outside of the Animal Kingdom park gates. Now, I don't tend to recommend this one as often just because Rainforest Cafe is a popular touristy chain that you'll more than likely find at a mall or outlet or some other vacation destination in your travels. But there's no denying that the animatronic animals and jungle setting and frequent simulated rainstorms are a blast for kids who aren't really going to care whether or not rainforests can be found somewhere else on the map, or if they have necessarily good food. Now, as far as the menu's concerned, you gotta think Applebee's or Chili's, but not as good. Sorry. Let me know in the comments if you want to disagree with me on that one. Now, while nothing is going to be outrageously unique, you will have a lot of options to choose from, but they will be very expensive for what you get. For a faster and less expensive option, Pizza Safari and Discovery Island and Restaurantosaurus, while it's still around, are also solid choices that'll make your kid go, hey, this is great. Pizza Safari leaves nothing to the imagination. It is indeed a speedy pizza joint with those classic personal puffy pizzas that I don't think I'll ever be able to completely shake out of my life, but that's fine. For parents who might not be in a pizza mood but are just going along with it because you know it'll make your kid happy, there are a few other things you can order off this menu, like creamy pesto chicken pasta, Caesar salads, and a chicken caprese baguette sandwich. But don't expect any of these items to be life-changingly good. They're inoffensive and they'll fill you up, and that pretty much covers it. Restaurantosaurus also serves up classic theme park staples, but you'll find a greater variety of options here. Chili cheese dogs, cheeseburgers, chicken tenders, etc. Not to mention, along with each kids meal, kids will also receive a National Geographic So Cool Dinos book. So all your dino-loving kids are gonna like it here while it's still around. And now it's time to do a complete 180 from the safer, kid-friendly dining options in Animal Kingdom to the more date-worthy special occasion restaurants that'll cater more to the adventurous palates in your group. There are 3 Animal Kingdom places in particular that I feel are great fits for those who want to celebrate something big and splurge a little bit more than what you're going to pay for my beloved birthday fries. The first is Yak and Yeti restaurant over in Asia. Yak and Yeti stands out. On the outside, it's this bright blue building that beckons you inside from just the sheer vibrancy of it. And then once you're inside, you'll get to see all these beautiful artifacts straight from the Asian continent. So make sure to take time to travel through the restaurant after you order to get a good look at the decor. Yak and Yeti's Asian fusion menu combines Chinese, Japanese, Thai, and Indian flavors to produce interesting and tempting dishes like pot stickers, lettuce cups, ribs, seafood curry, lo mein, soups and salads, stir-fried and sweet and sour meats, hot teas, and delicious desserts. Next up on the dining list, I would like to introduce you to Animal Kingdom's one and only signature restaurant, Tiffin's. Much like Yak and Yeti, Tiffin's also has a lot of travel-centric artifacts located in each dining room, making this restaurant feel very museum/art gallery-esque. Now, this is going to be a much quieter restaurant. Yak and Yeti is still going to be families, kind of loud, kind of echoey atmosphere. It's going to be not necessarily quiet and romantic, whereas Tiffin's can get to quiet and romantic once in a while. And speaking of it being kind of like an art gallery, the menu is a work of art in and of itself. It's interesting, but like a good interesting. You've got the iconic Tiffin's bread service here, beef short rib, regional curry tastings, a platter of surf and turf, and there's a brand new signature burger prefix meal here for $39 that includes the Tiffin's signature burger with waffle fries, dessert, and your choice of non-alcoholic beverage, which honestly isn't too shabby for a Disney restaurant, especially a signature one. One criticism I have of this restaurant, though, is that it is very expensive and the portion sizes are relatively small. This is often a criticism of fancy restaurants everywhere, right? So just a heads up, if you have been walking like 20,000 steps and you're starving and you're going to Tiffin's and you're like, I'm about to drop $70 on a meal and it better fill me up, it might not. Just a heads up on that. Now, if you don't want to book a signature meal or reservations fill up at Tiffin's before you get the chance to snag a table, then of course, I would highly recommend checking out Nomad Lounge instead. Nomad Lounge is actually attached to Tiffin's, meaning a lot of those lounge bites come directly from the Tiffin's kitchen. Not only that, but the handcrafted cocktails featured here are out of this world. They are unique and never pre-made, so they can always be adjusted to your liking. And if that wasn't enough reason to sell you on this place, then maybe the views here are. It's beautiful here when it's sunny, it's beautiful here when it's rainy, and it's even beautiful when you're sitting inside for a little bit of extra AC. Though I can still totally recommend asking for an outdoor seat if one is available, if that's your jam, but I tend to sit inside these days because it's so hot. But like I said earlier, Nomad Lounge is all first come, first served seating that requires you to join a walk-up waitlist. So if the waitlist fills up, it's always worth checking on your My Disney Experience app again, just in case more space becomes available later on. In the meantime, you can always walk over to the Dawa Bar in Africa for a celebratory drink, minus any sort of wait. This was my go-to watering hole before Nomad Lounge entered the picture, and it still has a special place in my heart, even if it's not quite as comfy, cozy, or peaceful as Nomad. So if you're looking for more unique crafted drinks that don't require any sort of walk-up wait, Dawa Bar can hook you up with things like an African margarita with orange liqueur, the Harambe iced tea, which is Animal Kingdom's version of a Long Island, and the classic Ngumu jungle juice, which is the boozy version of Pog, which is passion fruit, orange, and guava juice. The way you dine in Animal Kingdom or just Disney World period will really all depend on who you're traveling with and why you're traveling in the first place. That's one of the reasons why I started the Disney food blog like 16 years ago. Yes, it's been 16 years. I noticed that when I traveled to Disney World, my priority must-eats completely shifted depending on if I was taking a solo trip or going there with my kid or celebrating an anniversary with my husband or taking my mom for the first time in a long time. So whether you're on the hunt for restaurants that'll cater to the McDonald's lovers of your group or the more adventurous fine dining palates, our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining helps you find the perfect restaurant matches all vacation long. If you want to pick up a guide today, head over to dfbstore.com after this, and don't forget to type in code YouTube because all our loyal DFB viewers out there never have to worry about paying full price for our guides if they want them. All right, now I teased this point earlier on, and now it's time to reveal the truth. We've talked about a lot of really good Animal Kingdom food today, but when it comes down to it, what are the eats that the DFB team and I are actually making a beeline for here, even when we're off the clock? Would it shock you to know that when I asked the team about their Animal Kingdom must-eats, over half of them mentioned something from Flame Tree Barbecue? Apparently there's no guilty consciences among this team. Good to know. Seems I'm not the only one passionate about my birthday fries. A lot of the team shares my feelings about how good those pulled pork and plastic cheese fries are. But along with those fries, several of our reporters mentioned the baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork as well. The Smiling Crocodile might have snack-sized portions of baked mac and cheese, but this is where you're going to find a full meal of it. Over there at Flame Tree, topped off with smoked pulled pork, crispy onions, and coleslaw. And if you want a lot of food at a lower price point than pretty much any other barbecue place you're going to find in Disney, our reporters double down on the ribs, chicken, and pulled pork sampler platter at Flame Tree, which will give you all three of those meats plus a side of baked beans and coleslaw, all for $19. Very, very shareable, by the way. Now, one of our reporters said, and I quote, "I almost exclusively eat in Dinoland USA. I don't know what I'm going to do when it closes." So if you've got the chance, maybe eat a Dinoland meal or snack in her honor, okay? Now, my scriptwriter, Bria, mentioned 3 places specifically. 1, Nomad Lounge for the Annapurna Zing cocktail, made with gin, passion fruit puree, mint, simple syrup, and lime juice, topped with ginger beer. I've had it too, it's really good. 2, Satuli Canteen for the cheeseburger pods, which several of the DFB team echoed as their priority lunch choice. And 3, the Royal Anandapur Tea Company, that Joffrey's location in Asia, where she can pick up a green blackberry jasmine tea. One of our guidebook editors, Wendy, also mentioned that Royal Anandapur is a must-do for her, since this is the only Joffrey's location that serves that frozen chai. As for me, well, y'all already know where my heart lies with the birthday fries. Those are always my absolute number one priority. And I too am a huge advocate for all things Nomad Lounge, from the churros to the cocktail variety and even the seasonal soup selections. I always get the soup year round. And much like our dear Dinoland loving reporter, I sure am going to miss the buffalo chicken chips and ice cream cookie sandwiches here. My hope is that they'll reincarnate in some way over within the New Tropical Americas area, or like those 8 Spoon Cafe mac and cheeses, maybe they'll migrate to another menu so I don't have to say goodbye. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens when the time comes. I am going to miss the paleontology students, though. I think the Imagineering is so immersive and fun at Restaurantosaurus, so it's going to break my heart when that closes. All right, the DFE team and I have way more Disney food recommendations that we want to throw your way. So if you're looking for more behind the scenes DFB food recs and more Disney food advice to go along with them, be sure to check out our ultimate guide to Magic Kingdom food next. And don't forget to pick up our free updated Best Snacks at Disney World guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/best snacks. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.